Hello to my 1,658 YouTube channel subscribers. Hope you guys are having a nice Tuesday. I'm coming with another live video, and we are doing another live break of the Nintendo 1985, the original NES. We ordered one last week, and we hooked it up, and it didn't work, so we had to return it, and we ordered another one. And so hopefully we have better luck this time. And so I have the games here. Oh, let me fix this camera. There we go. So I have around 20 games and then the NES console. And so we'll quickly go through the games and unbox them. And then we'll unbox the console and we'll plug it in live. And hopefully it works. And if it does work, then you guys get to see us play Mario Brothers 3. And so here goes the first of the 20 games that we got is pro wrestling, which I love playing this as a kid. So pro wrestling will be game number one. Rad Racer will be game number two. And then Contra will be game number three. Okay, and I'm gonna quickly open up these packages. Try to get you guys zoomed in so you can see them. Okay, so here goes package number one, currently being opened. Nicely packaged. I already know what this game is just by the back of it. This is going to be RBI Baseball 3, which I was super looking forward to playing. So it looks like a nice copy. Looks like a relatively clean. And so there's the that's the first package, and I'm just going to try to quickly go through all these as quick as possible. Now, the first Nintendo game system we ordered, it didn't work, and we had to send it back. It had the blinking red light of death. So we're hoping this one comes in a better condition, and then also, this was from a top-rated seller that we bought it from, and it says guaranteed to work on the listing, and it looks like a professional uh, e, uh, uh, professional seller on eBay. He has a lot of listings for Nintendo. I talked to him. He seems like he really knows what he's doing, and I said I trusted the last guy, but this guy he was our top choice, but it was just a little bit pricier, so we tried to go with the last Nintendo system to save $100, and but the system didn't end up working. And so here, this is Double Dragon 2. Now all the games I searched for, they said they was tested and working, and I really didn't care as long as it tested and working. The art, but I see it really adds to the value. But a lot of these games I only paid $10 a piece for. So when you buy them with the artwork a little bit not mid condition, you could get it a lot cheaper. But if this was, it's kind of like sports cars. If this was in mid condition, it'd be more valuable. But to me, long as it plays, I'll be very happy and satisfied with that. Okay, so moving right along to our next game. So we got 20 games and a Nintendo system to hook up and play. And so we're gonna test it out, make sure it works right here live on YouTube. Which I think that's a good way for me to, if I need to return it, like I did the first one. The first one it was I unboxed it live right here on YouTube, and I hooked it right up to my Sony Trixon TV, and it had the blinking red light, and so there's no way he could not return it because of the because it was right on YouTube. It's hard to argue with that. And so we're gonna do the same thing with this one. And here's another game that I'm really looking forward to play, Zelda. And a lot of these games I only paid $10 a piece for. But see how this is a little bit flawed here. If this was in mid condition, the artwork it would be more valuable. But I just asked if they was tested and working. Long as they're working condition, I'm fine with that. And then, so once I open up all these games, then we're gonna open up the new Nintendo console, and we're gonna plug that in live, and hopefully it turns on. And that's another fun game I'm looking for. Look at the art on that though. I mean it really does sell the cartridges with these arts. Things was different back in the 1980s. The Nintendo NES came out in 1985, and it was just a whole different world back then. And the artwork really helped sell it because you didn't have the internet to look up the gameplay. You know, if you bought the game based on the artwork. So, and that's why the art on them really helps with the value of the games when you have good artwork. It's kind of like sports cars. I've seen a lot of similarities between retro video games and trading cards. Now I got this for a surprisingly cheap deal. I only paid $10 for this one. Double Dragon 3. I thought this would be a more expensive game, but they say it's almost broken as far as the difficulty. But we have all Double Dragon games: Double Dragon 1, Double Dragon 2, and Double Dragon 3. And I'll go over a game review after we open all these up, which is going to be a total of 20 games. Kind of spoiled, I must admit. So 20 games and the NES. And it's kind of like reliving your childhood. And I was just really looking for simpler gameplay. I had the PlayStation 5 and I ended up selling it. And I only played one game, and that was MLB The Show. And I've been playing it since 2005. I was pretty much burnt out on it. And so I was just wanting to get back to some old vintage gaming. And there goes Double Dragon, the original Double Dragon. Really cool. Got a few more packages to open up here. Then we'll be opening up the Nintendo last. And then when we open up the Nintendo, we'll be plugging it into the... We have the top rated CRTV Sony Triton. And it's supposed to be the best for these Nintendo games. And we got lucky. We only paid $25 for that. So everything that we actually got for really cheap. And really happy about that. Now this is the most expensive game that we got here. The River City Ransom. This was the last game that we got. And this game is awesome. This game is awesome. I'm very excited to play that River City Ransom. Okay, we got looks like 3 more packages to open up before we open up the NES. And it was advertised as guaranteed to work, totally refurbished game system. And this was my most favorite game as a kid back in 1985. Baseball Simulator 1000. This game was loads of fun. And even though even though this is a rough condition on the outside, he said they guarantee the game is to work. And so that's kind of what I was looking for. I was just trying to find the cheapest, the less cost game. And maybe later, you know, I could look for the CIBs, the carts and boxes. Okay, now this is one of the top games I was also waiting for. And it's pretty cool. It comes in the Nintendo box. And we used to rent them from the video stores, Family Video, Blockbuster Video. They would come in these cases. So this could be an original case that they had. And look at all the cheat codes here. It has all the cheat codes, all the different things. That I thought that was a really added touch when I bought it. And so Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and that looks like a really good condition. I'm super happy about that. And he got all these notes. These notes was definitely was written in 1980 something. So I thought that was a really added bonus for that game. So now we're just down to the last game, and then we'll be opening up the NES console. And now this game right here, I already know what this is going to be. The seller, we did a group lot, and he reposted it and he sold. And then and then he said for his mistake, he gave me all these three games for I only paid $6 with shipping. So I got these three games. Shout out to this seller here. I'll leave his link in the description in the comments. But I got all three of these games off eBay for $5 with free shipping. So bases loaded two, and they got three bases loaded. I'm not for sure which one was the best bases loaded game. But then Rygar and Baseball Stars. So definitely a baseball fan, as you can see. And then we'll kind of give a recap of all the games that we got here. Link, Zelda, but there's still more games that we got in the bundle. The bundle we bought came with 4 games. And so that's what we'll be opening up next. And this bundle will be the console. And he said this was from a top rated seller on eBay, and he sold dozens of Nintendo consoles. He had a bunch listed on there. I feel like he's a very trustworthy guy. As I felt like the last one as well that sold the broken system, but I think that could have been an accident in the mail, you know. But this guy seems like he really knew what he was doing. Now, he was also the most expensive seller on eBay as well. So it was a very expensive system. So let's see if we get what we pay for, guys. And so here goes. This is me and my girlfriend. This was our favorite game here. We both wanted to play Super Mario 3. That's what we're going to put in first. So I'll set that to the side. Next up will be Super Mario Brothers 2 game. And then we'll have Dr. Mario, which my girlfriend was dying to play that. So we got the Dr. Mario one, which is kind of like a Tetris game. And then, oh, hold on. I'm trying to make sure this is the right viewing angle. There we go. Got it back. That made the screen go off. But then we got also Mario and Duck Hunt. And so now we don't have the gun for that, but the guns only cost about $20. And then we got this is the AC adapter. And I think this looks like it's brand new. But this is an aftermarket one. I prefer to have all original, but you know, as long as it works, I think that's the main thing that I'm really aiming for now. But I would really like to get into the buy, selling, and trading of the Nintendo game systems. Okay, just try to make sure the camera's straight. When I move it, if I touch the camera just a little bit, it seems to say it's not rotated right. So I just want to make sure I get all this on live. I believe you can still see it. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be the power cord. The power adapter that we plug into the wall. And we're going to hook this right up live, right to the Sony Trent, which is the top rated. They said the best TV that you could play your original Nintendo on is a Sony Trent CRT. And we was lucky enough to find that for $25 on Facebook Marketplace. Oh, wow. Now this brings back some memories here. The original Nintendo seems to be in pretty good condition. I'm pushing the buttons. It seems relatively like I remember them to be. And so I'm just going to unwrap all this stuff and just get ready to plug it right into the TV, which will be the next step. Controller 1, controller 2. And my girlfriend demanded to be Mario, and I agreed with that. That's fine with me. I will be Luigi. So let me get this. There we go. As I undo this. Our hibiscus plant's in beautiful bloom. That's a nice little background. So here goes the second controller. And then now the AV ports. I already ordered these for $10. So well, these look a little bit different. These just have the red and yellow. So I plug these in instead because it came with it, right? Opposed to the other ones that we have.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna use these. The other ones have the red and white on it as well.
I know
And here it is, guys. The original NES from 1985. The console, very well, nicely packaged. And I want to be very gentle with these things because they are sensitive. Now we paid top dollar for this, so I expect it to be in really good working condition. There we go. My phone's being super sensitive today. Okay, but this is some of the instructions that he sent with it. The sheet contains important information, blinking screen, erratic display. Games must be clean, cleaning instructions. So this seller really gives I mean, he sent this with it, so I'm really happy about that. And then here goes here's the original NES. Hi, WWM. And so it looks to be in really good condition. Original NES. And so we're going to plug these into... We're going to plug these AVs in. Hold on, guys. Hopefully, if this one works. Now, we ordered one last week off of eBay, and it didn't work. And so we had to send that back, got our refund today. And then we got this one. So we're going to do this right on live. We're going to plug this right into the Sony CRT TV. And if we get a live, we're gonna play some original Super Mario Brothers 3. This will be the first game. So hit the like button if you guys like Super Mario Brothers 3. That'd be awesome. Cause we really like that. That's the game we're most looking forward to. Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate that. And this is now we're gonna hook this red and yellow up into this. Hey, Lobes. And so we're going to hook these up into here. And then the power cord. This thingy we're going to plug into here. Now this thing looks like it got two power cords. That's kind of odd. Well, let me stretch this out so... So I guess this has two different pieces here. Love Mario 3, yay! And so this has two pieces here. So let's see which one's gonna hook up to this here. So I'm guessing it's gonna be this one. Okay, there it is. Now we got all this plugged in. Now I'm just gonna ask nicely for my girlfriend to grab the camera. Okay, so the girlfriend's cooking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flip this around, guys. Bear with me as I excuse the mess in the living room. But there is the Sony CRTV, the top-rated Sony device, and I'm just about to walk over there with my
I can take it really fast, but I
No, it's okay. It's perfect good right here. Thank you. And so now I'm going to walk over here with the Nintendo and with the controller. Here I am, cheese. And so I'm just going to simply walk over here. And I already had this red, white, and this one plugged in. So I'm going to remove these AV cords, which they're very long. And then I'm simply going to plug in these red and yellow ones into the CRTV. There's that one, there's that one. And I'm assuming this guy knows what he's doing. So now, here comes the test. Here comes the real test, guys. If this is going to work, I'm going to plug this in. I got to remember not to unplug the internet again, as I did last time. Which, let's see, which, is that going to be for this TV? Yes, it is. So don't unplug that one. So we can unplug this one, I believe. And might have to unplug this one too. Which I don't know what this is for. So I'm unplugging it. There he is. And plugging that in. So, okay, that's everything we need there. Okay, got all that plugged in, guys. Now, it's time for the Super Mario Brothers 3 to work. And then once I get it on, I'll bring this. You have so much cars. Hey, Layla. Yes, I resell sports cars on eBay, but I'm gonna start. I want to get into buy, selling, and trading retro video games, as it's my new passion. So bear with me, guys. I'm about to put the Mario 3 game into the Nintendo, and then you guys can see the TV. But once I get it, I'll move the camera over here so you guys can hear it better. Okay, here goes the test. Plug it in the controller. Please work. Please work. Come on, Mikey. Chant it with me. Nintendo. Nintendo. Okay, now look at it here. Now it's a little bit. Now something I read about if it has the original pins, it won't be too hard to push in here. But this seems like a little bit hard to push in. That's a little bit of a red flag. But I'm about to hit the power button now. On the count of 3. Count with me, guys. We're going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Nintendo. 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 The power button is on. So now we do have power. And we do have, let me make sure I hook these RVs up because it does have a red button. Let's see if I put these on the right thing. That's yellow. And that's red. Okay, oh. Might need to plug, oh, that's plugged in. This is plugged in. Okay, now let's hit this TV mode. The Nintendo is working. I can even turn the volume up here. So that's on channel 3. That's on channel 2. That's on video 1. That's on video 2. That's on video 3. What in the heck? So let me look at the back of this where it says channel 3 or 4. That's on 3. Let me just make sure I got this hooked up right here with this one. So this is red and yellow. Hey, it looks like the Nintendo's working. That's yellow video. Now it does make a little bit of a difference, no, it doesn't. So that's yellow. And this is red. It should be video 1 right here. It should be on. So I wonder what I'm doing. The Nintendo has a red light. I think I'm gonna try these other AV cords here that I bought, but I'm pretty sure they should work. But let's just give these a try. Let's just give these a try. This Nintendo is working. I just have to figure out how to get it to work. Okay, so I'm gonna try these other AV cords. And video. So left power button's on. So video 2. Video 3.
Come on, Mikey. Come on.
It should be video 1. Maybe I could try the back of the TV ports. Let me check the comments if anybody might have any suggestions in the comments. Did you blow in the cartridge? This one was clean. I didn't need to blow in it. But now the red light's on here. Let me take you guys a little bit closer. And so basically what I'm doing is now it's the red light's on the Nintendo. Let's see so you guys can get a nice vantage point here. So you guys can see what I'm seeing. So the red light's on the Nintendo. And if I could actually, there we go. Oh, that'd be helpful, wouldn't it? So now you guys can see what I'm going through right here. So the red light's on. It's on video 1. Let's go ahead and try to power off the let's power off the Nintendo, power off the TV. Then we'll plug it, power back on, and then if it doesn't work, then I'll take the component video hookups and I'll try to plug them into the back of the TV. So let's see if that works. So let's go ahead and power off the Nintendo, which now the first Nintendo that we got, it had the red light of death, the blinking light of death. Now this Nintendo's working. We just have to get it to work onto the TV somehow, some way with the component videos. So we'll go ahead and power back on the TV, and we'll power back on the Nintendo. Okay, so video 1. Hopefully it just pops right on. Wouldn't that be great? As you see, the red light's also, the Nintendo's on. The Nintendo is working. But somehow we got to get this to read the from these AV cords here. And so the video 2. Now I remember as a kid, I don't know if it was the Atari or the Nintendo, but you had to push channel 3 or channel 4. And so it got something back here in the back, but I think that's only when you're dealing with the RV thing. Now it has another white thing here. See, now I have these yellow and red plugged in for the audio and video. So that's, they're in there tightly. So that's the first thing. Always checks the cords. And so it's not the game. Maybe I guess we could try another game, but I'm pretty sure it's not the game. I'm pretty sure. Now I think the next step would be to try the connections behind the TV. I think I'll do that next. And let's see how long these ones are. These will be long enough. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and try another port behind the TV. These other connections. You guys see that? The TV almost went. That'd suck with it.
Yeah.
TV almost dumped over, but I caught it. So yellow. This is so yellow, white, and red. So yellow and red, or actually, yeah, yellow and red. So we're just gonna try a couple more of these components. Now it should work right there with the first one. Oh, it made some kind of color. And then we'll hit this thing, video 2, video 3. Video 1, but the front one should be video 1. So, but let me try. Just gonna move a few things around. Hopefully we can get this working. Okay, let's try this other. Put it back to the front here. And if this don't work, guys, my next plan would be to call to message the seller, and he seemed like he really knows what he's doing, and I feel like I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Cause what the heck? So this is on video 1. We can grab another game that came with this from the table. Maybe we'll try another game to see if that might work. But I'm really thinking. And so the power is on, so it's not the power cord. I don't know what kind of setting don't have it on. So we're gonna try one more game. And if this doesn't work, then we're gonna go ahead and message the seller. So I'm gonna hit the power button, and then
Somebody said the NES only has red and yellow. Put the red cable in the white slot.
the red cable in the white slot. Okay.
I had to play around with mine for a little for it to work.
Okay. Thank you, whoever said that comment. Now we got the red in the red slot. Now see we got 2 different types of composite video things. We have this one which has red and yellow on one side, and then it has red, white, and yellow on the other one. So we got this hook up here. This is what we bought aftermarket, but we bought this on eBay. And then the one that came with the Nintendo would be this one that has the red and yellow one. But you're right, it doesn't have the white. So that's the red and yellow. And so if I unplug it, and so the yellow's into the yellow, and then the red is into the red, and then on the Sony CRTV. So here goes the yellow and the red here. And so I put the yellow in the yellow, and then the red into the red.
White.
Now I'll put the red into the white, but that's for the audio. And then so that should be video. Now that's video two. That's video three, and the front one should be video. So this should be on video one here. And I hit these different channel things too, which here goes channel three, channel four. But I think that's only if you have the antenna adapter, the RF cable. So then if I hit back to video one, so I guess you know what, I could try one more time with these other wires here. And so we'll just unplug this red and yellow one. So I'm gonna go ahead and unplug the yellow, but this is what the seller sent this here with this. So I figured this will probably be the best try. But we'll go ahead and use this. Now put this red and yellow one into the yellow feed.
It could be yellow to white. I had to look up a guide for it. I also had to turn it on and off a couple of mine.
Oh, yellow to white. Okay, we'll give that a try next. Yellow to white. Okay, and then so this one has the red, white, and yellow. So we'll plug this in here. But yeah, I know sometimes you do have to cross them to get it to work and stuff like that. I remember having to do stuff like that. That's a little backwards. So now they're all plugged in. I feel like the Nintendo's in good working order. So we'll hit the power button off, and we'll go ahead and get this game out. We'll put the Mario 3 back in, and it looks very clean. Giving this a little slight blow, but I think this guy does clean everything off. Now the one thing that I'm noticing is this ain't sliding in and out. So I don't know. It's supposed to be the original pins, but with the refurbished pins, I heard it's a little bit harder to get in and out. So now we'll go ahead and put it back on. And so I'm going to take the advice from the last comment, and I'm just going to go ahead and try to switch these out and just do a couple little different things with it. And see, yeah, because I know sometimes you can play around and, get other video things. So let's go ahead and try this one last time. This is the last time I'm trying, guys. Then I'm off after this. I'm going to have to message the eBay seller. Hopefully he can explain what I'm doing wrong, but I don't think it's the NES console. I think it's the TV not wanting to hook up. You know what? I also can hook it up to this my LCD TV, which I think that's going to be the very next thing that I'm going to try. So red and yellow. Oh. And then I did just do some kind of flicker. I don't know if you guys saw that. But we'll power it off. We'll power it back on. It seemed to do some kind of flickery. I think it wants to work. So let's just try this yellow thing. Put it in a couple different ports. Now I have one more try. I got one more trick up my sleeve. And that is hooking this up to my TV here. Because it also has the same kind of component plug-ins. So we'll go ahead and try one last try. Let's see if you guys can see this LCD TV. We're gonna try to go ahead and plug it into the LCD TV. Okay, it's coming on. Well, that sounds nice, Tony. I think the console is working. I think it's the something somehow the TV is not picking up the signal. So what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to go ahead and plug it into the back of this one. But I feel like we're very close to playing some Mario. Now this one has. Well, this one actually doesn't have the yellow, but it has the green, blue, red, and the white and red. Let's just plug it in and see what happens.
Dinner's done, by the way.
Okay.
The game has to be in it for it to read to, and they have to lift it back and forth.
Okay. That's the next thing we're gonna try. And this don't have the composite, yellow composite I was hoping for. This seems like audio here. So we're gonna scratch that idea. And what was the last comment they said?
The game has to be in it for it to read to, may have to lift it back and forth.
Yeah, that's all the still one. So,
Why it's open. Okay.
Very well.
okay, let me turn
I'm
this
no
off.
stranger to enjoying the
Okay, we'll try this one last time. Then we're gonna eat dinner and Mrs. the Seller. And I really think it's the TV more than the system. Because the last system we had, the red light was blinking on and off. This is staying on. So, I mean, I don't see what I'm really doing wrong because I have the yellow and the red components hooked up here.
Maybe switch the two.
I don't think, well, you don't want to cause a short, you know. That didn't work. So that's the video there. And then the back of it, they have this button where you can switch from 3 to 4. Now it also has a white thing back here. Let me just plug it in here and see what happens with this white thing. That says for RF adapter switch. So I don't think it's the system. I don't think it's the game. I think the problem we're having is the AV adapters. The red and yellow, somehow it's not reading to this TV. I think that's the issue. Oh! Video 2! Oh!
Then restart it.
Oh, let me see if it's shit. Did you guys see that? It actually was on.
Yeah. What button did you hit?
I don't know what button I hit. I went to video. I mean, I was playing it with the back of this white thing back in the back, and then it said video 2. Let me try. I I mean, I did just take it out and put it into this video slot back here. I think that's what I did. So it definitely came onto the TV.
Maybe their buttons, the TV things, are like super duper sensitive.
So it did come on. I can't believe we saw Mario 3 on the thing. That's pretty close. I mean, the red button's on, so it's doing something. And when it was on, it said video too. So close. What a tease that was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You hear their comments on there?
No.
Did you guys see the Mario 3 on for 1 second? I don't know. What else do I do? I wonder. That's so weird. It was really just on. I wonder if it was me messing with this back yellow, this back white port, because see, it's a white port back here that says RF switch. And so I just don't
It
know.
says slap a TV.
Slap the TV. But I'm pretty sure it said video too. I was hoping this would just play right into play. And what a tease to have it on for just 30 seconds. It was frozen though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now it should be actually, this should be video one here for the front slots.
Tell me if you see anything.
Unless he has a white screen. Black screen. Nothing. Video one. Nothing.
I don't know, but I was kind of messing with it, and I was like, I took it from here to here, but I know this is not gonna work back here. That's videos. That's the RF video switch. And the only one it came on, when it came on, it was on video too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to hand me the phone and I'll message the buyer? Do you want to hit up on your cell thing on there? It has to be on your phone.
Mm.
If you just go to your eBay, I can find it if you want me to. eBay purchases. Oh look, that's something.
Yeah.
Just message the seller and I'm sending them some pictures of the setup and the hookup. Well, guys, we just messaged the seller Hi, we just plugged in game system and can't get it to work. We only got Mario 3 to come on. However, it was frozen. Any ideas what we're doing wrong? We have it hooked up to a Sony CRTV. So very heartbreaking, guys. But it's our dinner time now, and we're super hungry, and we're kind of disappointed right now with the game system not working. But we did, however, get Mario 3 to come on for a split second. However, it was frozen. The game system has the red light on, so it seems like the system does, it seems like it is working. It just seems like we can't figure out how to get it to read to the TV. So I'm not for sure. This is the first time we use this Sony CRTV, and this is the first time we used a Nintendo since the 1980s. So we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. We're gonna contact the seller, and once we get it working, guys, we'll message you guys back. And until then, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.